What's up guys, Raziel here, and here's a video for you that's kind of been requested. I haven't seen a lot of videos about this on YouTube, so I figured I'd make a really quick one to help the new players in World of Warcraft's latest expansion, Shadowlands, on how to get gear and the best avenues to obtain said gear. So let's just cut the bullshit, do the drop, and we'll get through this video.
I am Raziel.
Alright guys, so we have a video here for you today to help new players and returning players to World of Warcraft Shadowlands how to gear up before patch 9.1, which should be coming in the next 3 to 4 months with the new raid tier. So I thought I would make it as clear as possible about what avenues are the quickest, how to get your character up to over 200 item level. And it's pretty simple, but the first thing I want you guys to do, this is assuming you've already hit level 60 on the desired class of your choice. Once you pick your character, you're going to want to know what stat weights you have and are the most important to you, which will help determine what kind of gear you want to get. So for example, if I go here, right, and I go to Blood Death Knight, I main Frost now, but I also still tank a bit with Blood. You can come here, and this is wowhead.com. You can see it up at the top. I recommend this over Icy Veins because it's just updated more regularly and seems to be more accurate. But if you come here and you have a couple things you're going to want to keep an eye on. One, what legendaries are your best? You want to know what your best legendary is for whatever spec you're playing and craft that by doing Torghast and getting Soul Ash in the Maw. Other than that, you can look at talents and all that stuff here, but we're not concerned about here. We're just about stats. So we go to stat weights here, and if you look down, you can see best stats in order. So item level, versatility, haste, critical strike, mastery. Mastery being the worst, item level trumping, but there's a caveat to this. You can do the higher item level, but only if you have like a piece that's your best stats ever, both stats are your best, and then you find an item level that's 5 item levels higher than your piece of gear, but it has none of your best stats, you should stick to the one with your best stats. You can also, there's a website, I'll put it in the link in the description below, Simulation Craft, where you can simulate your character. So if you want to see 100% for sure if the piece you got is a DPS loss or a DPS gain, you simply throw that piece of gear on, you log out of the game, and then you run the simulation on the website, and it will, parse your character and tell you if you'll be able to compare and see which one's better. So know these stats first. It's very, very, very important. Now, here we are in game, and there's quite a few avenues. So once you hit level 60, especially if you're new or you're going to be catching up on your renown for your Covenant. 40 is the highest level of renown you can obtain, and once you hit certain points throughout this bracket, throughout 1 through 40, your world quests are going to unlock to be higher item level. You can also get higher item level things from your mission table to a maximum of 197, as far as I know. So you can get 197 item level gear from your world quests once you get all the way up in your renown. Also, by doing the renown campaign, you're going to get gear that you can upgrade with anima to the same level cap. I think actually 200, it's either 197 or 200, I don't remember exactly because I don't use it, I don't need that gear, but it's another great avenue to get gear. It's just by doing your renown campaign. In addition, the next step you should do, if you already hit 60, you're grinding out your renown, all bosses of all dungeons have a chance to drop renown if you're behind, which if you're starting right now, you probably are behind. So I would recommend queuing for heroic dungeons. The item level there is not great. It's only 171, but every boss you kill has a chance of dropping more renown, getting your renown up and your Covenant gear up. And then once you hit a high enough item level, start doing Mythic Zeros. Mythic level 0 dungeons are not much harder than heroic dungeons, and they drop 184 item level gear. However, all Mythic gear, from Mythic 0 all the way up to Mythic whatever, can be upgraded with Valor points. Now, how you obtain Valor points is by beating dungeons. Just beating Mythic level dungeons. At the end, you'll get Valor points. Also, every day you get these emissary quests, these callings. They reward Valor as well. There are some quests that reward Valor. So you want to stack up Valor. However, you can't, if you notice here, so the highest item level you can get from a drop from a Mythic dungeon is in Mythic 15, Mythic plus 15. As you see, I have a piece here, for example. The highest item level it can be is 210, which is 3 item levels under heroic raids. If I try to upgrade it, it won't let me upgrade it because I have to complete Shadowlands Season 1's dungeon at Mythic 10 or higher. I haven't done them all yet on my main character because I generally raid more than I Mythic Plus and PvP more than Mythic Plus. But once you get every single dungeon at least level 10 or higher, you will, and have cleared it in time, you can start upgrading all these pieces of gear. Really doing that is not that hard. But one of the most profitable avenues, so I'm going to show you now, is something a lot of people have had a complaint about, especially if they don't like PvP, but PvP is a fantastic, absolutely fantastic way. Because you've been catching up on your renown, right? You are going to be getting honor. Do battlegrounds, anything, you can get honor, right? You can buy these pieces of gear for honor. They're only item level 158. However, they are upgradable, and all you need to upgrade them to the max, which is 197, is you have gone that far in your renown, just like you do for PvE. So if you're doing PvE and you get honor through PvP, random battlegrounds, whatever, I'd even recommend doing low CR rated battlegrounds, trying to get in some low CR rated battleground groups that are YOLO. You know, they don't really care what your rating is, because you get tons of honor by doing that. And then you can upgrade these with honor. In addition, if you're doing any kind of rated PvP, so arenas, RBGs, you get the currency Conquest. And with Conquest, you can buy gear that's 200 and is upgradable. Now, to upgrade Conquest gear, it costs honor points, not Conquest points. But here's the kicker. In order to be able to upgrade from above 200, so from 200 to 207, you need to get a rating, a rated rating, a CR, as you will, current rating of 1400. Once you have done 1400, you can upgrade these to 207. Once you hit 1600, you can upgrade these to 213. Once you hit 1800 plus, you can upgrade them to 220 and above. So you're going to want to, the 226 I think is the highest you can upgrade this, which is Mythic raid level gear. PvP is brain dead easy to get at least full item level 200 gear. And if you're just starting out now, how many conquest points you can get is going to be so large, because we're so late in the season, that you're not going to have to wait every week to get more conquest points. You can just grind it out if that's what you want to do. Now, another avenue to not forget about when trying to get gear is to do your weekly world quest. As you can see, let's see here. So if you do raids, Shadowlands, this week, for example, is Mortanis, he can give you some 207 pieces there. Now, the normal mode raid, which is quite easy, it's been nerfed and there's lots of stuff going on there. Normal mode raid is going to drop item level 200 gear all the way up, except the last two bosses, the item level is 207. If you do heroic, it's 213, with the last two bosses dropping 220 gear. So there are a lot of avenues to gear. You can gear up really quick. So let's go over them again one more time. PvP is a fantastic way. Very, very beginning, do heroic dungeons. Get your renown up. Your renown is really important because it gives you upgradable gear from your covenant. You can also just do, Mythic plus dungeons if that's your jam, or you can do the raids. In addition to the raids, you can do the looking for raid version. I don't recommend it because it's cancer. Fucking sucks. But yeah, it's looking for a retard, really. But you come here, and if you do everything on Raid Finder difficulty, you're still going to get 187 drop there, right? And you can just do these. The raid you can do once a week on every difficulty. Mythic Plus you can spam as long as someone has a key. Mythic level 0, you can only do each dungeon once a week. Heroic, you can spam. Renown, there's so many possible avenues. PvP wins can give you renown. Heroic and Mythic bosses can give you renown. There's just lots of ways to catch up on renown now. So that's essentially it, guys. That's how to catch up on gear. There are so many different avenues. I personally think the fastest is PvP, but keep in mind all PvP gear has versatility on it. as that's PvP's main stat. A lot of tanks, that's their best stat too, but a lot of other classes, versatility is not bad, but it's not the best. So if versatility is not on your top 3 on your stat weights, PvP gear might not be the greatest. It's a good way to supplement your lower pieces, but you should be able to gear up quite quickly by just knowing all the avenues you can go. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for the support, for coming by my streams, hanging out. The Twitch link is above. If you like my content, great. Hit a like button. It helps me out a lot. If not, you can thumbs down and go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit. And as always, my friends, keep it real.